Hi, my name is David Emerson. I'm a long-term myeloma survivor, myeloma coach, and director of People Beating Cancer. Welcome to the vlog post about one of my favorite topics, the diet and nutrition for the myeloma patient, survivor, and caregiver. If you've looked around the site, you have come across probably a number of different blog posts regarding nutrition in general. This specific blog post is about a sort of a side issue. In previous posts, I've tried to establish that several things. Organic foods are better for us than conventional. I've tried to establish those foods, that nutrition that's anti-angiogenic is better for us, foods and supplements both, but I've talked about meats, red meat. I've talked about animal protein versus animal fats. But today, this specific blog post, two things. Diet, I'll talk more about this. I generally prescribe to something called the Flexitarian diet. I'll talk about that in a second. A little more to the point. It's one thing to talk about nutrition, talk about fruits and vegetables. The challenge that we face day to day, there are dishes that we as patients trying to do the right thing with our diet, we just don't know. There's no study that talks about processed foods. Yes, I myself try to eat as little processed food as possible, but pizza. My wife makes excellent homemade pizza. One or two bites of sausage, pepperoni, that's processed bad. But a little teeny bit, I say to myself, it's okay. Lots of veggies. Most of what I eat, fruits and vegetables, unprocessed foods. I eat a lot of nuts, whole grains. But once in a while, a little cheat, which is actually a good segue to the Flexitarian diet. The tagline of the Flexitarian diet is progress, not perfection. I cheat, not all the time, but I cheat a lot on my diet, like the pizza example. I try to minimize processed sugar. I try to minimize animal fat. But once in a while, anyone who reads labels, food labels, knows that processed sugar gets into pretty much everything we eat. So it's progress, not perfection. We try to day to day do the best we can with our diets. So scroll down the blog post, you'll see a number of different foods talked about. Quinoa, great, not very tasty, but very healthy. Granola. Granola is an excellent example. I love granola. But if you flip the box over and read the back, read the ingredients, you'll see that usually there are many brands of granola that have a lot of added sugar. That's a problem. So in my case, it's more a function of, again, progress, not perfection. So it's portion control for me. I can't tell you what to do, but so yes, lots of chopped up fruit. I put as little granola as I can to still have a satisfying lunch, but not a lot of, I don't want too much processed sugar. Pretty much almost every single dish, certainly when you go out to a restaurant, sushi, granola, processed foods are out there everywhere. So it's something that we as patients have to keep in mind. Can't go crazy. Do the best we can, meal in, meal out. I think I give many sort of basic rules, guidelines to follow, but the three that are most important talk about processed foods. Number one, Get as much of your nutrition as possible from a variety of completely unprocessed foods. 2, eat lightly processed foods once in a while. 3, eat heavily processed foods rarely. Heavily processed would be pepperoni, sausage on your pizza, once in a great while. 2, lightly processed, I think would be granola. 1, just fruits and vegetables. Eat them all the time. Delicious. If you have any questions, scroll down the page, send me a question or a comment. I'll reply to you ASAP. Be well. I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks, bye.